Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. Now let's start the show. This basketball head is a James Madison High School great. He was a force down low with his ability to score in bunches. After high school, he attended Kingsborough Community for a year before moving on to Long Island University. At L.I.U, this basketball head helped the Blackbirds reach the NCAA tournament in his sophomore year, playing with the likes of Earl Fuller, Robert Cole, and Rudy Johnson. Let me tell you, this basketball head was also a Brooklyn playground legend, making his rounds from Brooklyn to the Boogie Down. His 50 points in LG, or Soul in the Hole, or what about his 60 at West 4th? You name the park, he was there getting buckets. If you don't know, tonight you will understand why our next guest was the real deal. So without further ado, help me welcome to the show, James Madison High School and Long Island University great, my OG, Jeff Meriwether.
Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. East Coast, go hard. West Coast, go hard. Midwest, go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody, get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
All right.
All right. What's up?
Good, man. Listen, almost overslept this one, brother. I came back in the crib, chilled out, ate, and was almost gone, but I'm here, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this, man. It's an honor to have you on. You know, you've been one of my OGs coming up when I was just learning the game, man. And once I got to where I was going, you was like, all right, young boy, now it's time to step over here with the big boys. So I appreciate you, man. Always showing me love and, you know, just being there to help me test my skills to see where I was at.
Well, I remember they used to always tell me, yo, Jeff, they got a guy in Breville that play like you, man. He go hard. So I used to come and watch you, and I said, well, he do play hard. He's right. He can put it in there. So I always appreciated you, too. So, you know, like the guys, when you play, ball players know ball plays. They know how it go, and I love it.
That's right. So, man, what I like to ask everybody, man, come on the show, who introduced you to the game?
Really? I'll tell you, my brothers and my father. You know, I always was a sports fanatic. I played football. I was a quarterback. They hurt me, so I quit that. I played baseball. I was a third baseman. I only quit that because I seen the ball hit my brother. So I started growing.
Yo, we had the same experience. I quit because I saw my guy got hit now with the ball. I was done.
Same thing. He hit my brother ice in the eye. I quit.
Wow.
And I was a crazy baseball player. My father always told me he think I'd have went pro baseball because I was a third baseman and I could hit the ball out the park. But basketball was my love. And my brothers.
Ice too, man. Definitely all your brothers, man. Salute to all your brothers, man. Facts.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
But, you know, my brothers made me play this game, man. Okay. And they roughed me up so much that I said, they used to tell me, anybody your age, you're going to kill them. And I believed it. And that's where I went from.
That's real. Who was your first coach?
Mr. Anderson, Big Red. Big Red. They called me Jeff Horse Meriwether. Big Red, man. For real. That was my first coach. first coach.
And how was that first game? Like, what was that experience like? The first game you ever played with referees, you know, putting on the uniform. How was that experience?
I remember I was so nervous. You know, I was thinking about these guys used to tell me, yo, Jeff, this guy is better than you. He's going to kill you. So they made me get on the court with an attitude. So I guess I played with a chip, and it made me go nuts. So next thing I know, they was going, Jeff, they know your name too now.
It's something about somebody putting something in your head that's, you know, saying this guy's nice. Some people aren't really up to the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Some people get scared of that. Like, this dude is ranked #1, or this guy uptown, he's the best in the city. And sometimes that can scare a kid. But for somebody like you, that only made you better.
Well, you know, we're from Brooklyn, and I'm from the hood. I always said I had to represent the hood. If I don't show the hood be like, yo, Jeff, you ain't nothing. So I said, when I come out there, I said, the dude I'm playing against, he in real trouble. I used to always say, this was my motto. He better bring his lunch. That was my motto. Because I'm going to give him.
His food.
Oh, I ate it too a lot. I ate it a lot, too.
Wow.
I ate it.
So when you was coming up, who was the top dog in the hood? Who was the best player?
Well, when I was coming up, you got to remember, I'm from the neighborhood where Vinnie Johnson lived around my corner. Sam Worthing lived down the block. World B lived up the block where I used to hang out at. So I used to play against all these guys, and they used to tell me, yo, when they get to your age, you're going to kill your age. Don't worry, because they used to kill me. But I said, that's all right. I'll hurt somebody else. And that's what happened.
Wow, that's crazy, man. It's so crazy. You know, just walking the other day, I saw Sam Worthing, right? So people don't realize we could walk 2 or 3 blocks and you bump into a legend, you know, somewhere.
That's how we grew up. You know, these guys used to walk down the block. They said, yo, Jeff, that goes Sam. I go, yo, that's the man. And I said, don't worry. Just like they know him, they're going to know me one day. And I meant that because I always had that Michael Jordan attitude that I'm the best. You got to show me that you're better than me. I always had that attitude. I had a killer attitude. My parents gave me that killer attitude. So that's the only thing I knew about.
That's real, man. So why James Madison? Why not Boys and Girls, Jefferson? Why Madison?
My mother said, no way. That's down the block from you. You're not going to graduate. You got all your friends there. No way. You're going out of the neighborhood. That's what she sent me. And I'll tell you, I went to Madison. I made the team every year, but I only played in my senior year. Yeah, I was 25 a game. Everybody knew me in the neighborhood, but I only played Madison my senior year.
Wow. Why is that?
I don't know. I didn't really want to play basketball. Is that something? I got to be real with you. I was between that baseball, basketball. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I knew I could play basketball. But my I don't know. I just wasn't there right then. Okay. And that could have hurt me because I needed to play all 4. And I made the team every year and just didn't come back until my senior year.
Wow. Question. Did you know a guy named Cortez Jackson that went to Jackson? That went to James Madison? Cortez Jackson. He played in the 70s.
The name sound familiar. Well, they used to always tell me about Fly. Fly Williamson went there.
Fly went there, yeah. I think he went there around the same time as Fly.
Yeah.
My cousin. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's the name. They used to tell me, Jeff, don't come here with that attitude like Fly. You're from the neighborhood. Don't be coming with that attitude. So I knew.
Different kind of neighborhood. Similar neighborhood in Lincoln, so we definitely know.
That's right. That's right. Yes. But that was good.
Okay. So when you was coming up, what parks had like the most action for like pickup games?
You got to remember PS40 where I'm from. We played that park every tournament. We had a tournament there. Then everybody from the neighborhood, different neighborhoods, used to try to come there to beat our neighborhood because they knew Jeff was there. And I used to tell them, this is my park. You come here, you got no wins here, but you can come. And that's what we did all the time.
That's right. That's right. And those you know, 40s right off the block for Brevoort. So, you
That's
know,
right.
I was
That's
representing
right.
the Coliseum and everything that came with it.
Oh,
I had to cross over to 40. Then you had to go down to Kingston Park. Had to go
that's
to
right.
Soul in the Hole. Then you had to go to LG,
Yeah,
Selma Smith, right? It was
that's
just so
right.
many. Yeah.
I played in every tournament you can name in Brooklyn, and I probably won. I won't even sound. I don't want to sound like I'm talking like this, but I won most valuable player in almost every one of them tournaments. One time, one time and out, I won the most valuable player in most of all those tournaments. I remember in '85.
I know you talking facts. It's not like you bragging, bro. Trust me, we all know. And
Yeah.
those who don't, you will find out tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother.
No doubt. So you saying you throughout high school you didn't play until your senior year. How was that 1 year playing high school ball?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I did co-op, work 1 week and go to school 1 week, and I played on the team and averaged 25 a game. And they was like, "Jeff, how you doing all this?" I said, "Basketball is my love. I can do that in my sleep." So
Was that year? That year was 78.
that was '78, and I played against Jefferson. They had Sid Green. I played against Lincoln. They had Marbury's brother.
Eric,
We went into Eric. I played. You name the guys. I played against the top guys in the city.
All right, so check this out. I'm gonna run some names down, right? Boys, I have Richie Gordon.
We played them. They beat us by many, but we played those too.
Okay.
We played.
Okay. Now, I want to know, how did you feel? Like, y'all had a good game, bad game. So we just.
Well, I had a good game against every one of them, but they just had the team. They had the team.
How was Nate Sims?
Whoa.
That.
Yeah. Great game from Nate. Forget about Nate. Nate was the truth. Yes.
Now, I don't hear too many people talking about him, but I see his name up here. Like, he was first team All City.
You know what I say? The truth, son. The truth.
Now, here's a guy who was second team All City, and not only, I think you probably played against him. I don't know if you played against him in high school, but I know you played against him in college. Gary Springer.
Ooh, we met in what we had to beat them to go to the NCAA.
Yes, I put up the article today.
Oh, what a game, man! And I knew how good he was, but like I said,
we're gonna get there because I'm gonna talk about that, right?
Okay.
So we got Gene Waldron, who went to Syracuse. Pete Aguilar from Evander.
Yep.
Dexter Young, Rich Brunson, who I don't have on the show.
Yes.
Right, from Hillcrest. Who else? Robbie Brown from Wingate.
Rob Brown. Yes, sir. The truth. End up at L.I.U.
Kevin Williams from Hughes.
Oh,
yes.
John. Yes, sir. All them cats you talking, that's our time. That's the truth there.
Yeah,
Those are good plays.
Yo, listen. These guys are so good. Vern Fleming is honorable mention.
Whoa. And look, I played that 1 year and I made honorable mention. That 1 year I played at Madison, I was in Street and Smith for honorable mention.
Look at that.
Look at that. 1 year I played.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So now, yesterday we had a sit down at the Star Dome. Salute to my sponsor, Every Kicks, a Game Over. We had Coach Rob Holford, John Johnson, Coach Ray Haskins, and Coach Tiny Martin. We all had a sit down discussion on Tom Kachowski's impact on New York City basketball.
Right. Yes.
when you was playing basketball, was he somebody that you saw in the stands taking notes?
I used to hear people say that they watching you, Jeff, because they like the way you playing. Because, you know, everybody couldn't believe my size, and I was posting everybody in the city. So they probably was in the crowd, and I really didn't know anybody because I was strictly just a ball player.
Gotcha.
I let everybody
And
else do the
Madison
business.
wasn't a school at the time that was highly touted. So unless
They were known for
they was
football.
coming to see somebody else, and you kind of, you know, piqued their
Right.
interest.
Yeah.
Got
Yes.
you. Got you.
Yes.
Got
Yes.
you. So now, not playing those 4 years, only playing that 1 year kind of hurt you on the recruiting side.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you go to Kingsborough.
Right.
What happens at Kingsborough?
I averaged 29 a game. 29 a game. What I was doing, I was the man there. I played guard, forward, and center. I was the man. I averaged 29 a game at Kings. I would have made all city, but I had an altercation with a guy because guy was trying to play me out, and I was young. You know how it go. And I had braids in my hair. They thought I was some wild kid, but I had never got in trouble in my life before. You know, but
Wow.
I lost my All-American, but I would have been All-American there too.
Wow. So now you're making that transition. You want to move up to Division I. You're like, okay, I had enough here. How did you get into L.I.U?
Well, I was trying to go to Arkansas because I wanted to go to Arkansas because they was running gun. I figured that was just right for my game. But what happened, I ended up following my coach from Kingsborough. He went to L.I.U for sports medicine. And I waited too long for school, so he told me to come to L.I.U. So when I went to L.I.U, that was history. And plus, they had saw me at the at Kingsborough in the playoffs, and I dropped maybe about 40 or something when L.I.U wanted me all the time. You know, so I ended up there because I seen everybody that I played against was at L.I.U.
Yeah.
I played
Earl
against
Fuller,
every one of them.
all those guys. Yeah.
I played against them guys in the hood. So it was right on time. Yeah. And I ended up going, well, I'm going to stay here.
Okay. Okay. And it was home. Something you was familiar with.
Yeah. Right. It was home. But I had never knew about L.I.U before. I didn't know nothing about that. But they said, Jeff, you're home. So it was good enough. My parents can see me. So I said, I'll put a show on for them.
Okay. So now, what was the transition from Kingsborough to L.I.U? So whole different stage, whole different ball game. What were the transitions you had to make, off and on the court?
Well, off the court, I never had a problem because I'm the same keen guy. I don't, basketball is when I'm on the court. Off the court, I don't worry about the game. But when I got on the court, I just knew if I'm going to go from here to the next one, my game got to go up there with it. So when I came and worked out against L.I.U, and I told them I already knew these cats. I already tore these cats up in the park. So seeing them here ain't going to do nothing but make me better because they said they was good. So I said, all they did was make me better. That's all they did. And I loved what happened. Thank God it happened. Because all they did was make me.
Is this your sophomore year?
This was my first year at L.I.U. Yeah, my sophomore year.
L.I.U, right? Your first year at L.I.U, because you got injured, right? You came in?
No, I came straight from Kingsborough, and there I had enough credits. I came straight from Kingsborough my first year right into L.I.U. and played.
Okay. So let's talk about that red shirt year. What happened?
What happened?
The red shirt?
Well, my first year, we went NCAA. The next year, I got hurt in my third game against the University of Detroit. I stretched my ligaments and my ankles to the max, and I had to sit out the whole year. I only played 3 games. So they sit me out. And that's how I ended up. And that year, they went NITs, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you healthy, y'all go back to NCAA.
Well, that's all the coach came at me with. He said, Jeff, you got hurt. You stopped us from going back to the NCAA. We'd have went back to back. But I ended up going my last year, too, so it was no big problem.
Okay. So let's go back to that sophomore year. when y'all went to the NCAAs, right? Let's talk about that year. And that game, right, against Iona.
Whoa, I tell you, we had all the teams that we played in the playoffs, Wagner, Fordham, Iona, they all beat us in the regular season. We came in those games, we wanted it. I think we wanted it a little better than them, and we played together as a team. We worked out together, we hanged out together, we played as a team. And I think
key. That's key.
And I really tell you the truth, I think I had to really calm my game down for us to win. I was known as a scorer. Everybody know I could score. I could put up 40 in my sleep. But I noticed with the whole team as good as we are, I don't need to do that. I need to rebound. And I tell you, I got to tell you the truth. I was end up playing power forward, and I had dudes on my team taller than me.
Wow.
I was rebounds because I was getting all the defensive rebound, offensive rebounds, and scoring off it. So they was like, the tallest guy on the team would hold me because they was like, keep this guy off the backboard. He's scoring any way he wants. So, and we end up against Iona, and I tell you, the first half, Gary Springer had 21. He was killing us.
Yeah, I read that. Yes.
Killing us. Killing us. The coach told me, Jeff, no more zone. You got Gary.
So he was killing your zone. He was just killing your zone.
Killing us. So the coach said, you know what? And I tell you the real truth. Rudy Johnson was our captain, the point guard. He said, yo, Jeff, get him. No more zone. You got him. I played him without the ball. I wouldn't let him get it. I wouldn't let him touch it. I was all over him. Next thing I know, we're in the game. We down, we up, it's tied. And I tell you, I wasn't a great foul shooter, but I held the ball to get fouled, to get the two, and I made the 2 foul shots to put us in the NCAA, brother. So I can really tell you, that was my highlighter for me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. What was that feeling like, brother? What was that feeling like? And where was y'all playing at? Where were y'all playing?
We were playing in Nassau Coliseum where the Nets used to play. Come on, man. I thought I was Dr. J. I had the braid. I had the hair. You couldn't tell me nothing. That was the best feeling, besides my kids, that was the best feeling I ever had. I got to tell you the truth. And we went NCAA. That was it for me, bro. And that was my first year.
You, most guys who play college basketball don't know what that feels like. They haven't been in that situation.
Right. And I got a chance to go twice, my first and my last year.
Who did y'all play against your first year?
Virginia Commonwealth. Virginia Commonwealth. VCU at Charlotte in North Carolina. No, the first game we played in Palestриum. The Palestриum in Philly. The Palestриum in Philly, we played them. VCU. And I had a good game that game. But, you know, we gave it all we got. But we was happy. We was there. We wanted to go further, but we was there.
That's right.
You know, first time school ever been there. We got L.I.U. Day. They celebrated.
So that was the first time L.I.U. ever went to the NCAAs?
Ever. We had L.I.U. We went to Brooklyn Council, we had everything. They gave us a day. We were the only team from New York made it that year.
Whoa,
80. St. John's.
We're going to make some noise for that right there.
Okay.
That's definitely big. We're going to make some noise for that.
L.I.U. Remember that. That was the headlines. L.I.U. Yeah. That's right.
What were the teams in your conference back then?
That was the ECAC comp Metro.
Metro. There you go.
Metro.
There you go.
I made Rookie of the Year 3 or 4 times and I was up for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, you made Rookie of the Week? And then
Rookie of the week.
you
Yeah,
was
I
a
had
rookie
that
of the
about
year.
3 or 4
Got
times.
you.
Rookie of the week. Yes, about 3 or
Got
4
you.
times.
Who wound
Yeah.
up winning it?
Can't remember. I think it was a kid from Northeastern because we had a very good conference that year.
Yeah.
My first year there.
Isn't
We
that
had,
crazy? Northeastern was in the same conference. Florida was
yeah.
in the same conference.
Hold a
Iona.
minute. You know who the freshman was for Northeastern? The kid that died from Boston. What's
No, he
his name?
wasn't there. He wasn't there yet. Reggie
Yeah,
Lewis
we
wasn't
played
there
against.
yet.
I played against the kid, the tall kid. What's his
Yeah, but
name?
he wasn't Northeastern. He wasn't there
What's
yet
his
because
name?
he was
What's
at
his name?
Northeastern when I was in high school.
What's his name?
Reggie Lewis.
He was there. He was a freshman when I played him. When we played him in the NCAA my senior year, he was a freshman. He was a freshman, brother. And they beat us by 3 in the NCAA my senior year.
Got you.
With Carrie Scurry. Yes, sir.
Got you. So he must have
Yes.
been a senior when
Yeah.
I was at MCI because we used to watch them play.
Yeah.
But definitely a super talent. Super talent.
Woo!
Wow.
Crazy. Yes, sir.
Would that have been your best game at L.I.U?
One of them. One of my best games was when we played against UNLV. Sid Green again in UNLV. We lost, but I ended up with like 17 and 18 rebounds, something like that.
Was it a packed house? Was it a packed house?
Crazy packed house. And we were playing against, remember who know the coach was? The top. The top.
Yes.
The top.
With the towel in the mouth and everything.
Oh, man. I had a great game, man. I remember, bro. And remember, we beat Providence in the Big East when they had Otis Thorpe. I had a good game that game. We beat them. Yeah. So we put L.I.U. on the map when I was there, brother.
That's right. We
put him on the map.
Was Carrie Scurry on those teams as well?
He was on my last year team. My last year he was there with his brother Paul.
Wow. What up, Paul?
Yeah. That's
my
right.
God, definitely.
That's right. You know, I got to throw my boy in there. Got to put him in there. He was Whitehead too. Ty Whitehead too.
That's right.
My,
wow.
Yeah. DP, Derek Powell. Yes. All them cats, it was my last year.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was the name of the coach back then?
Paul Lizzo.
Lizzo. His
and you
name
know
was
he
Ring Bells, Lizzo.
Do you know he coached the 76ers when they were the worst team in the pros? Lizzo. That's right.
Wow, he been in the game a long time.
Long time, brother. And we had to put him on the map. When we got there, we all got together. That was one of the most beautiful things that ever happened, brother. Because I can tell you, I can talk to a lot of guys that went D1 that never seen NCAA.
Facts.
Never seen it.
Facts.
I got a chance to see it twice. In the place where I'm at home. I got to see it twice.
That's real.
Nothing but love.
The amount of ball that you had to play back in the days, even to get that to that level, because it was so many ball players. I'm looking down this damn list, and they stopped doing this in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Because, hold on. So you got, I will keep it real right now, y'all. This is crazy. So in 78, 79, you got I named 3 all-city teams, right? Then you have the all-star B team, which is like 5 guys.
Okay.
But then the honorable mention list is crazy.
It's crazy.
The honorable mention list is like about 50 or 60 players. They don't even do that no more. If you make the top 3, you didn't matter.
That's right.
It's like, we got to put these dudes down because they've been putting in so much work.
Right.
There's not that many teams. We only could put 3 teams. But here's the rest of them.
Wow.
And that's New York City, fam.
Yes.
Listen, Benjamin Franklin had,
whoa,
just on the honorable mention, They had Richie Adams, Kurt
Yep.
Walker, Julius Pettigrew.
Whoa. Pettigrew. Game. Game.
That's crazy.
Game.
Listen,
I'm telling you,
man.
I never forget it because I got the article from Street and Smith. My name was in there from James Madison. Honorable mention. I only played 1 year, brother. I only
That was the
played 1 year.
Bible. Listen,
I
if you got your name as Street and Smith, which
I
I was
was
happy to, get that same honor, it was everything.
yes.
Everybody around the country read it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Crazy,
That's
man.
right. You see,
So
I sent you
now,
that.
You leaving, L.I.U, graduate, you finish.
Mm.
You start to go out and test your game against a lot of the same guys you playing in college, but other dudes who are like in the parks all over Brooklyn and New York City. What was that experience like? And tell me some highlights of some games that stick out and what tournaments.
I tell you, I was supposed to go to Israel. Earl the Pearl was my agent. Earl the Pearl Monroe was my agent. I was going to go to Israel, but my lady got pregnant with my son. And I said, I called it off. And that year was 85.
Mm.
I came out and won maybe about 4 or 5 most valuable players that summer.
Mm.
And I played West 4th Street. We lost. I played for Brooklyn, USA. Sid Jones.
Sid
was the
Jones.
coach.
That's right,
Sid
my
Jones.
God. Yeah, I
Yes.
had a chance to play with him as well.
And I tell you, you wouldn't believe it. I started that program with them. It was
Wow.
Craig Booth was the coach. I used to give him. Craig Booth was the coach.
Wow.
Sid Jones is
that.
his cousin. Sid Jones was his cousin. He gave the team to his cousin. And when he gave it to his cousin, I told him, don't worry. If the guys don't come, you got a superstar here. And they can tell you I averaged about 30 to 40, and I gave them 50 and 60 in tournaments all year, everywhere. West 4th Street, we lost the championship to Harlem, USA. They had your boy from Houston. He played. Mario Ellie.
He kind of ran West 4 for a couple of years. Yeah.
Mario Ellie and Sam Worthy was on the team.
Woo!
They beat us by 5. I gave them.
Not fair, Sam. Not fair.
Yeah, I gave them the business. I had 55. I gave them the business. 55. I went home with a big 7-foot trophy and a TV. I gave them the business that day. Everybody remember that day. And they had the monster team. And all I did was, I didn't even shoot a jump shot. I dropped 55 points. I had about 12 and 1s. That was my game.
Yo,
that was my
guy,
game.
Eric Reaver, the ref, right?
Oh.
He said, Jeff used to be screaming for the ball. Like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. This guy gonna get this work. Over here, bring this ball here. I said, yo, bro, I seen it too.
Well, after a while, I never thought I was a chucker. I just thought from my hard work, if I work hard, and I coach girls teams, I tell them, if you work hard and you got a little talent, you're going to see the best come out of you. You will see the best. I remember playing games and play the whole games and wasn't even tired. I remember playing from one tournament to the next tournament. I used to have 4 shirts in my bag. I got to play in 4 tournaments. 4.
I remember.
So I was ready. I was in shape. And I knew if I'm in shape, nobody's going to do nothing with me. And that's my attitude. I had that all in my life. If I'm in shape, you can't stop me. So if you say you can stop me, bring it on. I want to see it. I had the attitude that way. I like Mike. I saw Michael Jordan tapes. I said, yo, that's the only attitude I'm gonna give you. I'm coming to kill. I used to tell my boys, if you ain't on my team, I'm gonna hurt you. And I meant that. I said, if you're not on my team, I'm gonna hurt you.
My man,
And that's where I went.
Eric Weaver said up in Gun Hill, the mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he get that bag. Woo!
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on, because I want to get that right. What he said. What he said? Oh, he said, yeah. He came up to Gun Hill in his mid-30s and getting buckets. And
yeah, I should play.
Get that bag.
I played up there too.
I know, Jeff. If you was going all the way up to the boogie down, somebody make sure you was comfortable once you got up there, fam, so you could put on.
Well, you got to remember, I lived up there for 25 years. So while I was living, yes, I moved up to the Bronx. So I said, since I'm up here, I'm going to show these cats what Brooklyn looked like. And every one of them saw what Brooklyn like. They say, yo, man, you play too rough, man. I don't know any other way, man.
Listen, well, I used to say to guys, there was some things that we did that other boroughs didn't do. We went to the other boroughs to play.
Right.
A lot of the boroughs didn't come to Brooklyn to play.
That's right. And I told them, if you didn't come to Brooklyn, you're in trouble, brother. Because now you're going to see what Brooklyn's like when I'm in your town. And I used to give them the business. I went to West Forbes. I went to Rutgers, too. Gave them the business, too. I didn't care where we went. And when we was in Rutgers, we had one of the most monstrous teams in Brooklyn. It was me. The starting five was me, Sam Worthing. I know. It was me, Kurt Sumter, Ice Reynolds, Beetle Washington, and Kurt Hudson.
What was this?
That was we won the regular season in Uptown, but we lost the championship to Pookie Wilson. We lost it. God. Now tell me about it.
Somebody need to find the tape of that game.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about that. And we gave them the business in regular season.
Who else did Pookie Wilson them have?
Pookie them had everybody. Burt, Steve Burt, Springer. They had their whole Uptown.
Wow.
Big Daddy Boogie. All of them was up there. They had their team. And we had the Brooklyn goodies. You hear me? Our team, classic, man. Our whole team can score 40. Our whole individual can score 40. Every guy on our team. I guess we had too much though.
Yeah, sometimes you can have too much, and not enough of these to go around.
Right, and you got me and Kurt on the same team. God bless. It was me and Kurt Sumter on the same team.
That is not enough balls to go around, man. Right? At that moment, someone would have had to be you during your L.I.U. days to kind of make sure
let him do his business. I used to let him do his business, but I just tell him my turn. Them boys know I go, my turn. And I start screaming for the ball. That means give it to me. I got this guy behind me look like he's ice cream. And I make him mad while I'm talking to him. I say, oh, I got a big soft one behind me. So he get madder and madder. So when I get it, I just give him the business right away. I say, don't worry, don't get mad. I said, you ain't the only one took this like this. That was my thing.
I got an ice cream with 2 scoops behind me.
That's right.
Get all this.
I used to tell him, if you didn't bring your lunch, you're in trouble.
Wow.
Because it's going to be a long day. That was my game.
Yo, Jeff, let's talk about 3 of the toughest opponents you played against in high school, college, and now in Pro-Am.
High school, Marbury. We went into double overtime in Madison. They beat us. He had 51. I had 37. That was double overtime. And I tell you, I got to tell you this highlight. We was all scrambling for the ball. It was under Lincoln rim. He picked the ball up from on the ground and went straight up and dunked so hard, I couldn't even believe it myself. That's how high he could jump.
They said his hops was crazy.
He could jump, and let me tell you, I knew I could jump up in the air, but this cat vertical was off. I never seen nothing like that. And they beat us in double overtime, but it was a hell of a game, and that was one of my toughest opponents. I never forget that. I never forget that game.
Salute Eric Marbury, for sure.
Yes.
Abraham
Now,
Lincoln.
yes, no doubt. Now when I went to college, we played. I never forget. We played Maryland. The left-hand kid that he talks on the ESPN. He was the Branch.
Yes.
Branch.
Branch. Yes.
I got an article with me swiping at him. I think I hook line him trying to catch that shot. What a game he had. And they coach. I never forget.
Adrian
Branch. What a game. And they coach. Lefty. All he yelled that game was calling me to foul. He was trying to foul me out. All he yelled was 33, because I was playing real strong that game. I remember. But that kid was the truth. That kid was the truth.
No doubt. Salute to Adrian Branch.
Yes. Now, in the hood, Kurt Sumter.
Yo, hold on. Before we gonna say R.I.P. and big salute to Kurt Sumter right now, y'all.
No doubt. Big salute, my brother. Big salute. Did you hear me? God bless
you. He was the first guy in the summer league that I saw that I was like, damn, he could play in the NBA.
Yeah. Brother, I'm going to give you this. My father was at the game. My father. He goes, now, Kurt dropped 50-something on me. I have 40. I couldn't stop this guy. I couldn't stop. He posted me. He shot jump shots. He dribbled past. His game was and I was pretty good at defense.
And he wore high socks. His socks used to be high. His shirt used to be tucked in. This guy could be dressed like a professional. He had the shag. He had a shag.
The shag.
Different. Yo, let me tell you. Salute Kurt Sumter, man.
I definitely salute him because I couldn't stop him, bro. And I'm telling you, I was so pissed. I came back the next game when we played him. I had 50-something. He had 40-something. Because I couldn't believe he did this in front of me with my father there. And my father, God bless, he said, oh, that boy tore you up. I never forget that.
Rest in peace, Pops.
Yes, man. I never forget that, man. But nothing but love, brother. Nothing but love. That's all I know. Man. But that's what makes me
these days, man.
Well, you know, I was coaching girls team in St. Gabriel in Queens. The school closed, and I had the girls that was in last place. When I coached them, I said, you listen to me. We end up in second place, got a 2-bye into the playoffs. So I had my girls rolling. We did good. We end up at the end lost, but we was all right. And now I'm about to retire from my job. You know, it's kind of that job I've been working for 34 years. I'm about to retire, move to South Carolina, and get myself together.
South Carolina's the home, baby. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I want to do something with basketball. I'm gonna end up with some coaching or something. I know I'm gonna end up with something with basketball because that's my love.
No doubt. So now we're gonna do some top fives, all right? Top 5 high school players in your era.
One was Sid Green.
Sid Green, for sure.
One was Sid Green. And this is my era. Sid Green.
Yeah.
Richie Gordon.
Richie Gordon, for sure.
Game. Yes. Who did? Grady. hold a minute, I didn't even tell you this. I played against Grady, and I was the center. You got to remember, I was a center at Madison. I played against Rolando Blackman.
Yes. Another
He
cat
was
that was
the
on the show.
center
Tell me
at
about that.
Grady.
Tell me about that.
He was, oh my goodness, me and him went at it like we was, you would have never believed it. We both was the center. He was the center for Grady. I beat him, we beat him, but he showed his stuff. But I would have never thought he would be in the pros, fam, that long. You wouldn't have told me, I would have told you, yo, no way. But
And he was second team all city. Like,
think about it. Think
I
about
don't
that.
think people realize. He was second team all city, then wound up going to Kansas State. That
That's
would
right.
never happen now.
No,
That
yeah.
would never happen
End up,
now.
end
You
up in
can't be second
Kansas
team
State.
all city and
Oof.
go to Kansas State. Not now. And he did that in the 70s.
And don't forget St. John. What was my man? Kurt Red. Kurt Red.
Yes.
Kurt Red. Game.
Mm.
Yeah, you talking about cats. I'm keeping it. These cats had game then.
Right.
Game. And my man, Richie Adams. That's
No
my
doubt.
boy.
No
That
doubt.
was my boy. That was
No
my
doubt.
boy. Yeah. We won it in St. John's together. We played on the
Okay.
same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good guy.
Yeah, Richie. Oh, monster on the court.
Yeah.
But like I
And
told you,
nobody
all
get no
those,
shots off either because he blocking everything.
oh, but see, them the guys I used to like playing against because they make my game. I know I'm going to post you. They know I'm going to post them. That makes my game. I want to see, can you catch it? Because I'm going to come at you all game, so you're going to have to catch it all game.
Put that body in you first,
Yeah.
then it's going to come.
There you
ain't
go.
gonna show the ball. You ain't going to show the ball first.
Don't let them see the ball. You right, brother. That's it.
That's real. All right. Top 5 players in New York City history.
Fly Williams.
Woo! Right off the bat.
I gotta give you that. I gotta give you that off the rip, bro. I gotta give you that. That was and he went to Madison. I gotta give you that.
Facts.
Off the rip. Fly. I'm gonna give you Bernard.
Mm.
I'm gonna give you Vinny.
Woo!
I'm gonna give you Connie Hawkins from Brevoort. I gotta give you, brother, and Mel Davis.
Mel
I gotta
Davis
give you
from
my people.
Brevoort. Mel Davis from Brevoort. Yes.
I gotta give you my people.
There you go.
I gotta
There
give you my
go.
people, bro.
There
I
you
got
go.
it. And I'm talking about that's the rough that
top
made me.
5 is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That top 5 is crazy.
We talking about New York City. We had ball players that you can name going down the list, brother. You can go down a heavy list talking about ball players from New York City.
And still have a good top 5.
And still, and everybody gonna give you a different one because everybody's seen so many different great ball players. I hate that I ain't put Doc in there. He's from Long Island. Doc gotta go in there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Doc.
People put him in. People put him in.
You know what I'm saying? I keep forgetting, but that's Long Island. I keep forgetting. That's New York.
That's right. Even
Yeah.
though I say New York City, I include upstate, Westchester,
Right.
and
Yes,
Long Island.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Top 5 tournaments in New York City
Oh,
that you played in, like top 5 that you said, you know what? I'll go back and play there today.
Rutgers, West 4th Street,
Mm.
Ron Nielsen. That was the pro league in New Jersey. That was the pro league.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. 270. 270. LG.
Oh yeah. Selvin Smith.
When I played in that league,
special. That was special because it was in the heart of the hood. It was right in the heart of the hood.
everybody from Harlem, every team came and played in there. I gotta be real with you. And top ball players played in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Top. So, and we won it 3 years in a row. And they were Jeff was known for giving them 40 and 50 in there. I owned
You
LG.
play with N.A. Rock? You play with N.A. Rock?
No, I played with Lemon. Their team was from the hood. They was from over there. I forgot the name of our team.
Okay, got you.
We was from Clifton. That was the dude from Clifton Place, right around the corner. They beat us my first year in the league. I put a team from Howard Avenue, from our way in there. And we went all the way to the championship. They beat us, and we wasn't coming back. I went with their team, and we won it the next 3 years. I won Most Valuable Player the next 3 years.
Look at that.
Yes.
That's crazy. Listen, I was playing the high school division back then, and then I played 1 year unlimited. Yeah. I played 1 year unlimited, and then by the time they had already a shooting happened, and they had the kid got killed over there.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
We own that league for a minute. And one more.
For sure.
I'm gonna give you one more. One more was Tillery was good then.
Yeah,
Tillery was off the hook back then. Tillery was off the. Everybody came to Tillery too because it was right downtown. So you had every borough coming right there. Every borough came. I won a Most Valuable Player in there too.
Yo, one day if you still got those trophies, you just gotta take pictures and be like, yo, G, look, told you.
Oh man,
because I only got one trophy. This is my only MVP trophy that's still standing. Everything else broke or decapitated, fell.
Yeah, that's right. All mine's down south. I gave mine to my moms and pops when they moved down south. I sent every one of them down there. I had the 7-foot trophy that I won in Soul in the Hole. Now remember, I averaged about 35 to 40 in Soul in the Hole when we won it. We won it in Soul in the Hole. I played with 10 of them there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's what I say.
Definitely, man, a living legend, man. I appreciate you coming on. I've been trying to get at you since last year. Finally got you, brother. I appreciate you, brother, and I love you, man.
Hey, number love, brother. Number peace. And thank you for doing this too, brother. Thank you.
No doubt, man.
Okay.
Well, we're going to keep this going. Listen, you got a nomination, brother, right? You got a nomination. You can get somebody on the show, New York City baller, somebody that maybe not haven't been on the show already that we need to hear about and hear their story. You got it.
You got it, brother. Thank you, man. Doubt. Thank you again.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
No doubt. Good brother, class act, and a hell of a ball player. So we salute you, Jeff Meriwether, Brooklyn basketball legend, for sure. Again, I'd like to give a big super shout out to my sponsor at Game Over for allowing me to have my sit down with some of New York's giants. Coach Rob Holford, Coach Ray Haskins, the legendary John Johnson, of course, Coach Tiny Johnson. All of these guys, legendary players, coaches, and personalities in New York City. We got together to talk about the great Tom Kachowski and his impact on New York City basketball. Like I said, my name is Glenn Pooh Harding, and this is Basketball Heads Live. And we are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace. Hey, Fox, what up, fam?
Y'all ready?